So let's talk about that young athlete in your life. Today, we're diving into a simple but really powerful recovery plan specifically for a 12-year-old competitor. Our goal? To help them stay healthy, strong, and most importantly, in the game for the long run.
I mean, just think about it for a second. They're at practice multiple times a week, right? They're giving it their all, running drills, playing intense games, and just pushing their limits with this incredible passion. In so many ways, their dedication really does mirror that of a professional athlete.
And that is the million-dollar question. Because all that hard work, all that effort, well, that's only half of the equation. The other half, the part that truly builds a strong, resilient athlete and prevents burnout and injury, is recovery. And honestly, it's often the biggest missing piece of the puzzle. For a young, growing athlete, what happens off the court or field is every bit as important as what happens on it. This isn't just about winning the next game. It's about building a foundation of healthy habits that lets their body adapt, get stronger, and stay off the sidelines. Okay, so where do we start? We begin with the single most important window for recovery. It's the 30 to 60 minutes right after a game or a really tough practice. We call this the golden hour, and what you do here can seriously make or break their recovery. The playbook for this golden hour is super simple, just 3 easy steps. First, a quick 10-minute cool down, a little light jogging, some static stretching while their muscles are still warm. Second, refuel. You gotta replenish their energy and start repairing muscle. And third, rehydrate to replace all the fluids they just lost. That's it, a simple routine you can repeat every single time. All right, let's zoom in on that refuel step. What's the perfect choice? You might be a little surprised to find out that one of the absolute best recovery drinks is probably already sitting in your fridge. Yup, chocolate milk. It's not just a treat, it's basically a recovery super drink. It has the perfect ratio of carbohydrates to protein. The carbs refill those empty energy tanks, and the protein gets to work repairing muscle tissue right away. Plus, it's packed with calcium, which is so crucial for bone growth in a 12-year-old. Now, for rehydration, here's a super simple way to teach your athlete how to check their own levels. It's the old-fashioned urine test, and we use the lemonade versus apple juice rule. The goal is a pale yellow color, just like lemonade. If it looks more like dark apple juice, that's a clear sign they're dehydrated, and that's going to hurt their performance. It's such an easy visual cue they can use themselves. Okay, let's see how this recovery plan extends from the court right into your home. Because after that golden hour, the work continues with a solid at-home game plan. This is where the real foundational pillars of recovery are built. And the #1 recovery tool, without a single doubt, is sleep. The target for an athlete this age is a totally non-negotiable 9 to 11 hours every single night. This is when the body does its most important repair work. You know, the link between sleep and injury is direct, and it's proven. Growth hormones, which are essential for repairing muscle and building bone, are released during deep sleep. So if you skimp on sleep, you're literally robbing the body of its ability to heal itself. Beyond sleep, there are a few other simple habits to build in. Just 5 to 10 minutes of foam rolling on the quads and calves in the evening, they can do it while watching TV, helps prevent that muscle tightness that can lead to knee strain. It's also so important to turn off all screens about 45 minutes before bed. That blue light really messes with sleep quality. And on rest days, active recovery, like a family walk, is way better than just sitting on the couch all day. Okay, we've covered the moments right after the game and the daily habits at home. Now let's zoom out and see how you can strategically plan an entire week to manage energy, fuel performance, and protect that growing body. Take a look at this sample schedule. Now, the key takeaway isn't to follow it exactly, but to just notice the pattern. Every day has a specific recovery focus. So Monday night is about carb loading with some extra pasta to fuel the week. Tuesday is about mobility with foam rolling. Thursday is all about getting to bed early to bank some extra sleep before a weekend game. You see? Recovery isn't an accident. It's something you plan. You know, one of the best investments you can make is in something called prehab. It's basically preventative work. And the best part? It only takes about 5 minutes before practice. And believe me, those 5 minutes can be the absolute difference maker in preventing some of the most common and devastating injuries for young female athletes like ACL tears. This is all about building a body that's resilient from the ground up. So what does it look like? Just 2 incredibly simple things. First, practicing jump landings. The focus is all on landing softly, with knees bent and making sure they don't cave inward. Second, single leg balance. A great little trick is to have her brush your teeth while standing on one leg. It seems so small, but it works wonders for ankle stability. All right, we've definitely covered a lot. So let's bring it all together into a clear, actionable checklist just for parents. These are the things you can do to put this whole plan into motion. Here's your immediate to-do list. Go buy a foam roller and just leave it in the living room. It's a great visual reminder. Stock the fridge with chocolate milk. Enforce that strict 9 to 11 hour bedtime. Keep a close eye on her knees and heels for any signs of pain. And this is crucial. Make sure she has at least one full day off per week where she doesn't even touch a basketball. And finally, you have to be a bit of a detective. Young athletes might not always tell you when they're hurting or feeling burnt out. Watch for red flags like persistent pain just below the kneecap or in the heel. These can be signs of growth plate inflammation. And pay attention to behavioral changes too. Things like irritability or a sudden drop in grades can be a huge sign that they're overextended. As we wrap up, all of these strategies, the golden hour, the sleep, the prehab, they all point to this single question. By focusing on recovery, you're not just helping them win the next game. You're giving them the tools for a long, healthy, and joyful athlete career. You're building an athlete for a lifetime.